are going to talk about depression and staying connected. So, what is depression? Well, there's a difference between having feelings of sadness and suffering with clinical depression, which is a medical disorder. Clinical depression is a constant feeling of sadness that lingers for at least 2 weeks and significantly interferes with things like school, work, play, or love and relationships. Depression can be mild or severe and can stem from a combination of biological, psychological, social, and lifestyle factors. When reviewing the results for Maryland students from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey of 2018, we see that 33.3% of students 15 or younger, 35% of students aged 16 to 17, and 34.1% of students 18 or older reported that they had felt sad or hopeless almost every day for greater than 2 weeks in a row sometime in the previous 12 months, so much so that they stopped doing some usual activities. Depression is not a choice or simply feeling down due to circumstance. It is a complex disease that begins with brain chemistry. In the brain, messages travel through chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Each type of neurotransmitter carries a different type of message, and if they are disrupted or disturbed, or if there's an improper balance of them, it can be a cause or a contributing factor of depression. The most common neurotransmitters involved when we talk about depression are serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. A person may not look or act depressed, and they may not have a reason they can point to as why they feel depressed, but since we know there's likely an imbalance in a depressed person's brain chemistry, we must pay attention to signals so we can identify and treat kids as early as possible. Here are some potential symptoms to note in elementary age students. In general, we want to be mindful of changes in normal patterns, changes in sleep, whether sleeping excessively or suffering with sleeplessness, changes in appetite, either eating a lot or not eating much, changes in mood, like exhibiting exaggerated anger or outbursts, changes in energy, whether heavily fatigued or atypically tense and restless, changes in ability to focus or engage in regular activities, or changes in physical wellness, like unexplained headaches or stomach aches that do not resolve with time. Symptoms to watch for in preteen and teenage students in middle and high school include everything we just discussed from the elementary ages, and in addition, we may also see grades drop, a decrease in self-esteem, a lack of confidence, and students may often feel sick or anxious with persistent feelings of sadness, crankiness, or anger, and may have frequent thoughts of death or suicide. At its worst, depression can lead to suicide, the second leading cause of death in 15 to 29-year-olds. Untreated depression is the #1 cause of suicide. Some creative strategies for warding off depressive episodes. Nutrition, exercise, and sleep are all important factors in helping manage symptoms of depression. Each has an impact on our serotonin levels. Serotonin, if you recall, is one of the major neurotransmitters involved in mood. When your serotonin levels are at a normal level, you should feel more focused, emotionally stable, happier, and calmer. We can't ignore our bodies and expect to feel good. Getting into a routine of having regular meals, reducing or eliminating sugary foods and caffeine, and drinking plenty of water is key to mood regulation, along with including a variety of fruits, vegetables, and leafy greens in our meals and snacks. Exercising 20 to 30 minutes a day, at least 3 days a week, has been shown to improve sleep and reduce symptoms of depression, and it's even better when you can get outside for exercise, just with a simple walk. Sunshine naturally lifts our energy and spirit and increases the production of, you guessed it, serotonin in the brain. Create a sleep routine to increase the amount of restful sleep you get, and stick to this routine even on the weekends. Write down anything that is worrying you in a journal, the things that tend to keep you awake at night, and then put those thoughts away until the morning. If you need something to focus your mind on, consider a mental gratitude list, noting all the things you're thankful for as you try to fall asleep. Many people find that concentrating their thoughts and feelings into writing, music, making art, cooking or baking, dancing, singing, acting, or any creative expression helps to relieve feelings and symptoms of depression. Even experiencing someone else's creative expressions can be beneficial, as researchers believe we may be firing the same neurons the artist did when experiencing a profound piece of art. There is an increasing amount of scientific evidence that proves art enhances brain function. Studies have found that first-time depression in children is happening at younger ages than previously. Depression is one of the most treatable mental disorders. Being prepared prior to major depressive episodes is crucial. Know your warning signs and have a plan ahead of time to allow you to grab onto a lifeline when it feels like you're going under. You've heard it said that the best defense is a good offense, so be proactive and practice your coping skills daily, like journaling, talking to a trusted friend or family member, being creative, and getting an appropriate balance in your diet, exercise, and sleep patterns. Coping skills don't work as well when you only rely on them in a depressive episode. Remove negative coping skills like substance use or self-harm. Being connected to others, being a part of a social community, we now know more than ever in this era of a pandemic that has forced us all into isolation, is vital to one's overall well-being and mental health. Connect with your friends and family, spend time with people you care about, find new hobbies and interests to meet new people and experience new things. We don't all have mental illnesses, just like we don't all have physical illnesses, but just as with our physical body, we have to care for our mental health and keep it in shape in order to avoid issues in the future. There is still so much more we are learning about the complexity of depression in the brain. Depression is real and pervasive, but hope is also real and can loosen the grip of depression, especially when shared with others. You're not alone. We're here for you. Please note that all schools have school counselors, school psychologists, and social workers who can help you to go through all of the things that you might be going through. We can also help to make sure that you have access to outside agencies for additional help in the community. Check out the resource page on this website for additional local and national resources. And finally, if you need immediate help, call the Maryland 211 or National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK or 8255. And see the daily challenge below to practice a mental health strategy today. This is for anyone. You can also earn SSL hours for 8th through 12th graders. See the activity below.